Hey YouTube, Maze here, back again with another video. Welcome to our channel and thank you for watching. Alright guys, so I made a video a couple days back doing my best to briefly explain why you can change your thought process, why it's possible and how, okay? So to recap briefly, we're going to look at it as growth, okay? The farmer is your conscious mind, which is the mind that perceives the physical world, everything with your 5 physical senses, okay? Even thoughts and concepts, anything dealing with what they call 3-dimensional world, the physical realm. Then you got the subconscious mind. That's nothing more than the soil part of you, the part of you that gets implanted with seeds, okay? Seeds from your lifestyle. Basically, everything that you've experienced, been taught, told, all of those seeds were planted in your subconscious and they made you who you are. And then the superconscious mind is your God mind, okay? A lot of people like to call it your inner being, infinite intelligence, God, Allah, whatever you refer to it as. It's infinite intelligence. It is a part of you and it's there, okay? Even if you want to look at it scientifically, psychologists do agree that you have an inner happiness within, but we allow layers of life to interfere with us reaching it, okay? So we're going to get into all of that, all right? But that's the basics of it, okay? So with that being said, what we're talking about today is belief systems. Your belief systems are what lead you and make you, okay? And they came from, again, everything that you've experienced up until now, your upbringing, even the stuff you watch on TV, the music you listen to, all messages that go into your mind stick and implant in the subconscious. Now that you understand that, you also understand that 90% of our behavior comes from the subconscious. Anything you do on autopilot every day. So when you get up in the morning and you brush your teeth, you get the same cereal, you go to your job, you pick up your kids, those are things you do automatically. You don't have to make yourself, you don't have to say, oh, I gotta go take my kids to school. I mean, you do in a sense, but you say that because you know it gotta be done. You just do it. You don't say, I gotta go brush my teeth. You just go brush your teeth, okay? That's because belief systems are in your subconscious. And you just do these things just on autopilot, all right? Now, you can choose with the conscious mind, you can make a conscious effort to say, I'm going to implant my subconscious with this, and this idea because I want to produce this. All right, so whatever is in your belief system, again, what you can do for yourself is you can do some self-reflection, go into your past, ask yourself about the things in life that you liked and didn't, figure out what thought process you had at that time, and create a new one for today. All right. Okay. So there's more details to be given about it. There's techniques and methods to doing it, but this is just the basic, fundamental, overall broad range of how this works. Now, when we talked about the God mind, meaning your inner being, that's nothing more than just the happiness that you are already entitled to. That's where spirituality comes in. Because if you truly believe, if you're a person of faith in something that you can't see, then you know that your birthright is happiness, but the reason you aren't feeling it is because your thought process and your belief systems are not in accordance with it. Most of us, we live a life that's not in accordance with who we truly are, what we want to call happiness. The only reason we are happy is because we're in tune with who we should be. Okay, so now that we get that, let's move on. So let's just give a quick example. You might have a young person who is about to move out of their family's house, okay? And they're like, you know what? You know, Midwest life ain't for me. I want to be out in California. But they have like 12 family members who don't do nothing but sit around all day and talk about how people stupid for leaving their hometown. Right? So quite naturally and logically, you'd say this person must be unhappy. You would think that because truly deep down, they want to live in warm weather. But they're around people in cold weather their whole life who say it's bad to go live somewhere else. So when they grow up, one or two things can happen. They will either never pursue their goal and their dream because all their life they've been around people who've been telling them it's stupid to do this, it's stupid to do that, don't try nothing new, so they never try, right? And then they go off and then they do kind of, unhealthy things to themselves. And that's because they're unhappy. They're looking for happiness, but in the wrong place. When all they had to do was what the second person's going to do that I'm about to give you. Person 2 would say, I'm grown now, and I feel deep in my soul I belong somewhere else. I'm not saying I always have it right, but I know if I stay here, I'm always have it wrong. And so they take a risk, and then they go to California, and they live happily ever after. So that's just a quick, brief, broad example of what we're doing here. We're trying to overcome what we've always been shown because it's getting in the way of what's for us. You heard the expression, forget what you heard. Well, that's what we're going to do, y'all. We're going to forget what we heard, okay? We're going to forget what we heard. All right, so let me move on from that. Now, you do have thought processes and belief systems that you grew up with that serve you. You're going to keep those. We don't have to really get into too much detail about that. It's easier to figure out what works for you than it is to figure out what doesn't work for you. So we're going to stick to, learning about how to bypass the belief systems that don't work for us. We're going to talk about them first. So anyway, guys, I encourage you to do that. There's lots of different ways. That's why, people do affirmations, binaural beats. I talk about that a lot. Guided meditation. Just try it, okay? I can't explain what it does, but it works. It makes it a lot easier for you to think things through. It's scientific behind the frequencies of the music, but it works for our brains tremendously, okay? They say do 21 days, that's how you create a habit, but I'll make it my lifestyle, because as I'm learning in this journey that there's never an end to your expansion, right? So like where you are right now in this moment in time, it's a very good chance that you're dissatisfied with something. That's why you're here, okay? And you attracted this video because you're seeking, okay? You're seeking, what ways can I overcome this that I am, in opposition to, whatever I don't like in my life, right? And with that being said, we all are always going to need these tips, whether we're new in our journey or not, because once you've attained whatever it is you're trying to attain, it's going to be something else you want, okay? The journey never ends. You may think so going through it, but it'll always be something, whether it's an emotion. It may not even be a physical thing in the world. It might just be an emotion you just can't get. Either way, you can have it, but there'll always be something, okay? Without expansion and growth and change, there's no life, okay? You living when you're growing and learning. Okay, guys, what else did I want to say? I think that's about it. No, I had more. How we gonna break this down? I'm gonna do a series of this, okay? The next video is gonna go into more detail. And then I'm going to give you some ideas, more ideas that you can use in your own life. But the main thing is, in these two videos, the last one and this one, is I just want you to really grasp the concept of you really can become new. You really can become different. Do not let anybody tell you that it's not possible. Because, in this society, we're taught to believe that who you are is who you are, and that's just how you're born. And no. We are taught to be who we are. You feel who you really are. If you feel like you can be a master karate champ and you've never taken a karate class, just take a karate class and watch how successful you'll be. If you believe that you are a master surgeon, just go to school for it. You are who you know that you are. The thing is, we allow people, and not just other people, but just things and circumstances to get in the way of us becoming who we are. It's that simple. You'll have people who will say, I can barely pay my bills. Why on earth would I want to go to Paris? Well, I want to go to Paris, but I want a new car, but I want to be a model, but stop saying but. Somebody ought to kick you in your butt, okay? That's what I mean. The language we use leads us to our feelings, and our feelings will give us the vibration we want. We're in a vibrational universe, but the thing is, we talk so much about language, because language does carry vibrations, right? Essentially, it's all about how you feel, but we're not feeling how we want to right now. We got to get there. You get there by speaking it. When you speak it, you start to think it more. You're already thinking it, that's why you're speaking it. But if you want to think it more, keep saying it. If you want to be rich, keep walking around saying, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. If you start out, oh, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. Yeah, you ain't going to believe it right away. But just keep saying it. You building your belief. The momentum, as Abraham Hicks likes to call it, is building up. You keep saying it. You keep saying it. Eventually, you're going to think it more. You're going to keep thinking it more. You're going to think about it so much, you're going to start doing little things. You won't even realize it, because the universe is guiding you through your intuition. Because you thought of this so much, the universe said, hey, go to the street. Go down the street to Uncle Sal's store and get one of them papers. You know, you ain't even thinking about your career or anything you're trying to attain. Just something told you go get a paper one day. You go get this paper, you open it up, and it's auditions. You a guitar player. You like, I've been trying to break through. Auditions for how did I know to get this paper? Because the universe directed you there. Okay? So all I'm telling you is the life you want is possible when you direct your thought process in that. And keep doing it. Everything take time. But don't think because it's not happening right now, that means it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. It has to. Whatever you conjuring up all the time with the same matching emotion will come to be. The problem is people give up. They say, well, it's been 6 years. I still ain't got the such and such. My business still ain't took off. But what did you do in them 6 years? Did you worry that it wasn't? Did you complain too much? Ask yourself that. But we're going to get into all that. Stick with me, guys. I got you back. The next video, we're going to talk about it more. But I'm going to point more details out to you that'll help you even more. Before I go, let me leave you with this. New day, new thoughts, new strength, new possibilities. Said by Salmonsohn. All right? So that's what's in store for you. I want that for you guys. I've experienced it. I couldn't feel this good and not share. You can have the very same thing, I promise you, okay? That's it. Bye for now.